Hello everyone, this is Ma'am SHIELA again, and we are going to discuss another similarity theorem today, and that is right triangle similarity theorem. Now let us have a review on right triangles. Now given is right triangle ABC, because angle C here is a right angle, so triangle ABC is a right triangle. Let us identify the following. So number one, let us identify which segment or which side is the hypotenuse. And based on the figure, our hypotenuse is, it is segment AB. Again, the hypotenuse is the longest side and it is opposite the right angle. And since ang yung angle sin natin is right angle, so opposite ng right angle is segment AB. So that is our hypotenuse. Which one is the longer leg? So yung natitirang dalawang segments, we have AC and CB. These are the legs, obviously. Now, which one is the longer leg? Yes, the longer leg is segment AC. And which one is the shorter leg? Yes, the shorter leg is segment BC. Now, what secondary part of triangle is segment CD? We have here a line segment. It is line segment CD. And if you are going to look, our line segment CD is perpendicular to our hypotenuse AB. Now, what kind of secondary part is segment CD? Very good. This is an altitude. So an altitude is a segment drawn from a vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. So segment CD is an altitude. Now, what are the triangles formed by the altitude? If you are going to notice, as we draw an altitude CD, nagkaroon ng dalawang triangle. We have this triangle and then we have this triangle. So what are the triangles formed? Let us have this one first. Yes, this is triangle CDA. And which is the other triangle? This one? Yes, it is triangle BDC. And yung ating original triangle, we have triangle BCA. And if you are going to look, all of these three triangles are right triangles. Now, ano ang ginagawa ng altitude sa ating right triangle? Based on right triangle similarity theorem, we have here right triangle similarity theorem. If the altitude is drawn to the hypotenuse of a right triangle, then the two triangles formed are similar to the original triangle and to each other. Now, let us consider our figure earlier. We have triangle ABC, right triangle. Then we draw our altitude CD. So ano daw ang ginagawa ng CD na to? Ano ang ginagawa ng altitude? Sabi, it form two similar triangles or it form two triangles that is similar to the original triangle and to each other. Which means, what do we mean by that? It means that yung nabuo nating dalawang triangle, again, what are they? We have triangle CDA at yung isa pang triangle na ito na nabuo natin, which is triangle BDC, are similar to each other. They are similar to each other. And also, they are similar to the original triangle, which is triangle BCA. So, yung tatlong right triangle natin sa figure are now similar triangles. At sabi nga natin, in our previous lesson, similar triangles, if the two triangles are similar, meaning to say, all their corresponding parts are proportional. The ratio of the sides are proportional. Now, anong ibig sabihin niyang right triangle? This is one concept na nabubuo sa right triangle similarity theorem. We have the first one. The length, we have here, the length of the altitude is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. So, the length of the altitude is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. We have here the word geometric mean. Sabi natin, ano ba yung geometric mean? If we have, for example, 1:2 equals 2:4, this is our mean. At pag pareho yung mean, ibig sabihin, yun yung ating geometric mean. Now, ano daw yung geometric mean? Pag sinulat natin yan sa fraction or quotient, quotient, 1 over 2 equals 2 over 4. So, ito yung ating geometric mean. Ano daw yung geometric mean? Yung altitude daw. So, yung altitude daw ay geometric mean ng ano? It is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. If we are going to look at the figure, which is our altitude, our altitude is CD. So, yung CD daw natin is the geometric mean. Ito yung geometric mean natin. So, CD is the geometric mean. Between what? The segments of the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is actually segment AB. Binubuo siya ng dalawang segments. We have segment AD and segment BD. So, geometric mean daw siya ng segments ng hypotenuse. And the two segments of hypotenuse are AB and BD. So, our proportional equation will be AD over CD is equal to CD over, we have here, BD. That is what we mean by this. The altitude, CD, is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse, AD and BD. Ratio ng anong parts ng triangle ang tinutukoy natin sa statement nito. If we are going to look at triangle ADC, yung ating AD is actually the longer leg. Tapos yung CD natin sa ating ADC is the shorter leg. So ang tinutukoy natin is the ratio of the longer leg to shorter leg. And if you are going to look at our other triangle, our triangle BCD, the longer leg obviously is this one, CD. So we have CD here, the longer leg. And then the shorter leg naman is BD. That's why we have BD here. So the ratio of the corresponding parts, longer leg to shorter leg, is equal. That is what we mean by similar triangles. Now, aside from the length, we also have this one. The length of each leg is the geometric mean between the hypotenuse and the segment of the hypotenuse that is adjacent to the leg. So we have here the length of each leg. So dalawang leg yan. We have the AC and we have the BC. Yun daw bawat leg ay geometric mean ulit ng ano? Ng hypotenuse, yung hypotenuse AB natin at yung segment of the hypotenuse that is adjacent to the leg. Yung segment daw na hypotenuse na malapit or katabi ng legs. Para mas maintindihan, let's have this. Let's have the leg. Unahin natin tong leg AC. It is a leg. So yung AC daw na leg ay geometric mean. So, geometric mean daw. We have here AC and then we have here AC kasi geometric mean. Geometric mean ng ano? Ng hypotenuse. Ano ba yung hypotenuse natin ulit? Yes, our hypotenuse is AB. Hypotenuse at ng ano? At ng segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the leg. Ang leg na tinutukoy natin as AC. Now, dalawa ang segment ng hypotenuse. We have AD and BD. Ano ba ang adjacent sa ating AC? Of course, the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to AC is AD. So, we have here AC or AB over AC equals AC over AD. So again, the leg is the geometric mean between the hypotenuse and the segment of the hypotenuse that is adjacent to the leg. If we are going to get the other leg, our other leg is BC. So it is a geometric mean. So we have here BC and then we have here BC because again, it is a geometric mean. Between what? Between the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse again is AB and the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to the leg. Now, which adjacent or which segment of the hypotenuse is adjacent to BC? Obviously, that is BD. So, we have here BD. So, another proportional statement based on this concept is that AB over BC equals BC over BD. I hope you get it. Okay, so just to clarify, if you really understand it, let us have a right triangle here. So this is your right triangle. Let us have here the right angle. Let us draw an altitude. It is perpendicular to the opposite side. If this is A, B, C, and this one is E, for example, let us show what we have learned today. Una, yung una natin, we have the length of the altitude is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. Our altitude here is BE. So number one equation is that the altitude is the geometric mean. So we have here BE. It is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. This is our hypotenuse, and the segments obviously are AE and CE. So number one equation is that AE over BE is equal to BE over EC. Okay, we have EC or CE. Now, how about the legs? Let us have AB. This is one leg. Paano natin kukunin ang AB? Sabi, the leg is the geometric mean. So, geometric mean daw yan. Lagyan natin dito kasi geometric mean. Geometric mean between what? Between the hypotenuse. What is our hypotenuse? Itong buo. So, that is AC. And hypotenuse, a segment of hypotenuse adjacent to the leg. Our leg is AB and adjacent to AB is AE. So, let us have here AE. And then the third one is the other leg. Our other leg is BC. So it is the geometric mean daw. So we have here BC. Geometric mean between what? Again, the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is AC. And the segment of hypotenuse adjacent to the leg. And adjacent to BC obviously is CE. So these are the proportionality equation that we can create using or applying the right triangle similarity theorem. Kung naintindihan, let's have here, we have triangle ABC, but each segment is denoted by A, B, X, Y, H, and C. So if we are going to get the altitude, our altitude is H, obviously. So what will be our equation? Number one, yung H natin, that is the altitude. So it is the geometric mean, H. Between what? The segments of the hypotenuse. What are the segments of the hypotenuse? We have here X and Y. So we have X over H equals H over Y. I hope you get it. Let us have the leg. Let us have leg B. So, each leg is the geometric mean. So, let's have the geometric mean B between what? Between the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse obviously is C. And the segment adjacent to B, ang malapit sa B obviously ay X. And then lastly, if we are going to get the other leg, which is A, it is the geometric mean. So, ayan, geometric mean. Between what? Between hypotenuse. Hypotenuse again is C. And adjacent to hypotenuse or adjacent to the leg rather is we have the Y. So, this is the third equation. It is important that you know how to write so that you can solve later on. I hope you get it na. Now, let us apply what we have discussed. We have here, using the same figure and equations, if AD is equal to 9 and BD is equal to 3, find CD, AC, and BC. So, lagyan lang natin. Our AD daw is 9, our BD is 3, so we are going to find everything here. We have number 1, CD. Obviously, our CD is our altitude. So, ang equation natin is that CD, we have here CD. Yan ang ating geometric mean, the altitude. Between the segments of the hypotenuse are AD and we also have the BD. So, ito yung gagamitin natin na equation. The altitude is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. We are just going to substitute So, we have 9 over CD is unknown. Again, wala ang ating CD and our BD on the other hand is 3. You are going to use cross multiplication. So, we have CD squared is equal to 27. To find CD, you are going to extract the root of both sides. So, CD is equal to the square root of 27. 27 is not a perfect square, but let us simplify. The correct factors of 27, we have 9 times 3. So, that CD is equal to the square root of 9 is 3. So, the measure of CD is 3 square root of 3. So, ang CD natin, the measure is 3 square root of 3. Now, how about AC? Kunin natin yung pangalawa, AC. Our AC is the leg of the original right triangle. So again, ang leg natin is the geometric mean. So geometric mean ang leg ng ng ating hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse is AB at yung segment ng hypotenuse na malapit sa AC obviously is AD. So this is our equation. So we have AB. What is our AB? If AD is 9 and BD is 3, so 9 plus 3, that is 12. So AB is equal to 12 over ang hinahanap natin is AC. So let's have AC there over our AD again is given, which is 9. By cross multiplication, we will be having AC. AC squared is equal to 12. We have 12 times 9, that is 108. Again, you need to extract the square root. So we have here AC. 108 is not a perfect square. Now, what are the correct factors? Yes, we have 36 times 3. And the answer here, AC, is equal to 6 square root of 3. So again, ang AC daw ay 6 square root of 3. And then lastly, kunin natin ang BC. BC again is a side of the triangle, right triangle. So, ang side again is the geometric mean. So, let us have the geometric mean, BC, between what? Between the hypotenuse, which is AB, and the segment of hypotenuse adjacent to BC, obviously, is BD. Then substitute ulit natin. AB again is 12. Ang hinahanap natin is BC. Hindi pa natin alam yan. Then our BD is 3 based on the given. So we have here BC squared. 12 times 3 is 36. Then we are going to get the square root, both sides. So BC, 36 is a perfect square. And the square root of 36 is 6. So it means our side here is 6. So those are CD, AC, and BC. Now, let us just check. I-check natin yung original triangle natin. This is our original triangle. Using Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse, so C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. Our C is the hypotenuse. Ang hypotenuse natin ay AB. Again, 9 plus 3, our AB is 12. So, we have 12 squared equals our A, alinman sa dalawang legs, unahin na natin to, yung leg natin, so 6 squared plus, eto yung isa pang leg, we have 6 square root of 3 squared. Using Pythagorean theorem. 12 squared, that is 144. 6 squared, that is 36. You are going to distribute. So we have here 6 squared, that is 36. And then distribute it. Makakancel yung square root. Ang matitira is 3. So we have 144 equals, we have 36 plus 36 times 3 is 108. And then 36 plus 108, pag pinag-add yan, yes, it is equal to 144. This tell us that all of our answer actually is correct. Did you get it? Don't worry, let's have one more example. Now, let us have another example. This is our figure now. Now, if A is equal to 6 and N is equal to 3, we are going to find the following. Number 1 is M, number 2 is P, and number 3 is Q. Let us start with number 1. Ang hinahanap din natin is M. You look at here. Ang given ay A, which is 6. So, lagay natin 6. And then N is equal to 3. Ang hinahanap natin na una is M. Now, how is M, N, and A related? Yes, it has something to do with the altitude, di ba? A is our altitude and N, M, N are the segments of the hypotenuse. At sabi nga, the altitude, which is A, is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. The segments of the hypotenuse are N and M. So this will be our equation. So if we are going to substitute, our N is 3, our A is unknown, A rather is 6. Alam pala natin yan. A is 6. And then A again is 6. Ang hinahanap natin this time around is M. Then if we use cross multiplication, then we will be having 3M. 6 times 6 is 36. And then you are going to divide both sides by 3. So M is equal to 36 divided by 3. We have here 12. So M is equal to 12. Ilagay na natin. M is equal to 12. And then we have number 2. What is P? Look at our figure. Ito ang ating P. It is actually a leg. At sabi natin, a leg is the geometric mean between what? Between the hypotenuse. This is our hypotenuse. So how are we going to represent our hypotenuse? That is the combination of N and M. So the hypotenuse is actually N plus M. That is our hypotenuse. Pagsasamahin lang yung dalawa. And which segment is adjacent to P? Obviously, adjacent ang P sa N. So we have N plus M over P equals P over N. Then we are going to substitute N plus M, ayan, 3 plus 12. That's why our hypotenuse is 15 over P ang hinahanap natin. We do not have the P. And then N, based on here, it is equal to 3. By cross multiplication, we have P squared. 15 times 3, that is 45. We are going to get the square root, of course. Then we have P. It is not a perfect square. The correct factors, on the other hand, is 9 times 5. So we have here P is equal to 3 square root of 5. So again, our P is 3 square root of 5. And then lastly, let us get the value of Q. Q is a side ulit, side ulit yan. And a side or a leg is the geometric mean between the hypotenuse. Our hypotenuse again is N plus M. And the segment of the hypotenuse adjacent to Q. Ang katabi ng Q ay ayan, we have M. So we have here M. N plus M again is 15. We have Q equals Q again. We have here Q. And then over, our M naman is 12. Cross multiplication, we have Q squared. 15 times 12, that is equal to? Yes, it is equal to 180. We are going to get the square root. So Q is equal to 180. What are the correct factors? Yes, that is 36 times 5. And the square root of 36 is 6. So we have 6 square root of 5. So this is 6 square root of 5. Just to check if our answer is correct, sige, gamitin natin tong triangle na to. Yung binulugan ko, let us use that. This is our right angle. So which is your hypotenuse? Your hypotenuse is Q. So we have Q squared is equal to the legs. What are the legs? We have A at saka M. So is equal to A squared plus M squared. And based on here, our Q is 6 square root of 5 is equal to our A. Ano ang nakuha nating value ng A? Meron ba tayo? Yes, given ng ating A, ito. So our A is 6, so we have 6 squared. And our M na nakuha is 12. So we have here 12 squared. 6 squared, this is squared. You are going to square it. Distribute, we have 6 squared, that is 36. If you distribute it, that is equal to 5. 6 squared is 36. And then 12 squared is 144. 36 times 5. Yes, that is 180. 36 plus 144. Yes, it is also 180. So that is how are we going to solve right triangle similarity theorem. I hope you get it. The only thing that you have to remember is that first, yung altitude drawn to the hypotenuse will divide the triangle into two similar triangles, which is similar to the original triangle. And then this is important that the altitude is the geometric mean between the segments of the hypotenuse. And then lastly, each leg is the geometric mean between the hypotenuse and the segment of the hypotenuse that is adjacent to the leg. I hope everything is clear now. That's it for today. Thank you for watching.